All right, we begin tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy, probably pretty cold out there, low to mid 30s across the area, but no precipitation. In fact, the majority of our Monday is actually going to shake out to be dry. By, let's say, mid-afternoon tomorrow, we'll look south of Interstate 40 for some scattered showers. Those are going to grow more numerous, becoming widespread, eventually spreading north into northwest Arkansas by late tomorrow evening into the overnight hours. And that's when we're really going to be honing in on the temperature profiles. We're looking at a very razor-thin margin of air. We're talking 1 or 2 degrees is going to mean a big difference between a cold rain and potentially some ice. You can notice our models by midnight starting to pick up on some cold air in northeast Benton County, Carroll, extending into parts of Newton, Madison counties. We're really going to be looking at this transition zone for the potential of a little bit of icing. Meanwhile, to the River Valley, a cold, steady rain overnight, likely into the first part of Tuesday as well. We'll get a bit of a break Tuesday evening before the next round moves into the area by Wednesday. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's what we're looking at in terms of overall icing potential. I think the highest icing amounts at this point are very well going to be in parts of Carroll and Madison counties, maybe eastern Benton County, but we're talking about upwards of 2/10 of an inch. That seems like a trivial number. I'll give you some context to what 2/10 of an inch might actually mean. Elsewhere across northwest Arkansas, we're looking at the potential of a thin glaze. Not too impactful, but a thin glaze. So what is 2/10 of an inch? This is a very small amount, but it very well could lead to some slick spots. But instead of widespread travel issues, we're looking at nuisance weather. Light icing on the trees. You might notice some small limbs starting to slightly bend over, icing on your trash cans, cars, some surfaces like that. You got to get more than about a 1/4 of an inch, upwards of a 1/2 inch to start getting widespread power outages. And right now, the forecast just not going to call for that. There is a lot of uncertainty in the forecast because we're such right on the line when it comes to those temperatures that I can't rule anything out entirely. But as of right now, we're thinking probably going to avoid widespread issues. Now, we get into Wednesday, temperatures are expected to be a little bit cooler, perhaps extending a little bit further towards Interstate 40. If that happens, our potential for a mix with this second round will extend a little bit further south as well. Now, I still think most folks end up with just a cold rain, but we'll have to watch for the potential of some more sleet, maybe a little bit of freezing rain, eventually some snow on the backside of the system. This is going to be Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Look at those temperatures, most of River Valley in the 40s, but you got some cooler air towards the north. And then on the backside of this system, we get some cold air to wrap around. And that could push our temperatures at or below freezing. You can see some of that sleet, freezing rain trying to push into the River Valley by Wednesday afternoon. Overall, I'm not too sold on this yet, and we certainly wouldn't lock that into place. I think rain is a given. Question is, how cold can we get those temperatures? That's going to dictate whether or not we see substantial impacts or not. So there's a lot going on. Here are the key takeaways. Tomorrow night into Tuesday, that's round 1. For many of us, a cold, annoying rain, but could be worse, right? If those temperatures come in cooler than what they're currently thought to be, maybe we've got other issues. Right now, I think it's the higher elevations that are going to be at most risk for a little bit of sleet and or freezing rain mixing in at times. Brief lull in the activity by Tuesday evening leading up into Wednesday. Could be a little bit colder. Therefore, our potential to see some of those impacts spread a little bit further south increases. Overall, though, we're still only looking at minor impacts. So we'll keep you posted. Things very well could change. Right now, we'll continue with a 60% chance of rain, but keep in mind that's primarily tomorrow evening into the overnight hours. Tuesday and Wednesday, your weather impact alert days. And then by Thursday, we'll have to watch for a brief clipper system to bring maybe some flurries on the backside. That's going to be Thursday. A bit of a warm up going into Saturday. Scattered showers possible on Saturday. And then we should see some warmer weather in about 8 to 10 days. Certainly going to be a few degrees below average the next few days. Very wet. You'll want the rain gear, especially in the River Valley. That's where we could pick up anywhere between about an inch, upwards of about 1.5 inches of rain when it's all said and done. Our weather impact alert in the River Valley only in effect for Wednesday. That's the day we're going to have the best chance of some frozen precipitation, but it's just a chance, and I don't think it would include all of the River Valley. I think it would pretty much include that I-40 corridor and points off towards the north. A few snow flurries there on Thursday as well. So we're tracking a lot. Rachel, it's a dicey forecast only in the sense that we're talking about a very shallow pool of cold air at the surface. 33 degrees means a steady cold rain.
Yeah.
32 and below means ice.
Oh,
and so we're right on that critical line. And so we're going to be staring at those thermometers.
I know you are.
Very closely. We'll have updates, of course, overnight tonight. Meteorologist Stephen Elmore gets in early tomorrow morning. He'll have the latest data. And perhaps there's some changes. This forecast is far from locked in, but that's what we're thinking about right now.